Can we continue? Okay, I think you can continue as you download those notes. So make sure you have downloaded the notes together with the Excel dataset that is just before the notes. So and from that point we can just continue with what we are supposed to cover today. So leo tunaenda kufanya the advanced concept in Excel, not Excel, in Power BI, and this concept will help you analyze or visualize your data effectively in the field of analytics. So let me share with you my screen. Okay. Today we have a lot of things to do. We have a lot of things to cover, so tutaenda marathon kidogo. So and make sure you are following actually, right? So that you gain the required knowledge. Let me open the notes. So we are supposed to cover the data models in Power BI. We are supposed to cover data modeling in Power BI. And the word data model may sound different in Power BI as compared to other data models when we use other statistical softwares, right? And now in Power BI, what a data model means, it will refer to the structure or a relationship between different data tables within a Power BI report or dataset. So we try to link what is the relationship between table A and table B, right? What is the relationship between table A and table B? And these relationships comes with the column names. For example, you have a table A and table B with the same column called the ID numbers. So that's the relationship that we are referring to in Power BI. So a data model is created to organize and connect the data from various sources to enable analysis and visualizations in the Power BI. So here are some key points about data models in Power BI that you need to know before we do practical models. Number one is tables, and a data model will consist of multiple tables that actually represent different entities or data sources. So each table contains columns that define the attributes or fields of the data. So we have the relationship, and relationship establish that connection now between tables based on common column. So for example, if you have a table of customers and another table of orders, you can create a relationship between them using a common column such as customer ID, Another one, we have the cardinality, and cardinality defines the type of relationship between table and indicate how rows in one table relate to rows in another table. Remember, in cardinality we have, you can connect one-to-one relationship or one-to-many or just many-to-many. So you understand what we mean by one-to-one, many-to-many, one-to-many as far as joins is concerned in the field of data science. We have calculated columns. So in Power BI, you can create a calculated column in a table to derive new values based on existing column. For example, you want to come up with a column that is a product of two entities or two columns. You can create that particular column and create a connection with that particular column. We have measures, and a measure, these are calculations that actually aggregate and summarize data in the Power BI. So yeah, we have the hierarchies, and hierarchies will allow you to organize related columns into a structured order. So such as data hierarchy with year, quarter, month, and day level. So hierarchies simply simplify navigations and drill down capabilities in the Power BI reports. So we have the DAX. This is a language now that is used actually by all the statistical softwares in coming up with solutions. This is a language, like a programming language. So DAX, these are data analysis expressors, and Power BI will use the DAX language to create calculated columns, measures, and other calculations based on the particular data models, right? So DAX will provide a powerful set of functions and operations to perform complex calculations and data manipulations. So by creating a well-designed data model in Power BI, you can effectively organize and integrate your data, so enabling powerful analysis and visualization capability. So data models are used in Power BI for several reasons. So what are the reasons now for coming up with data model, or what is important? What is the main importance of the Power BI data models? Yes, we have created these models. What are the importance? Number one, we can integrate the data from table 1 to table 2 or many tables, right? So Power BI will allow you to connect to multiple data sources such as databases and the Excel file, and it will connect even with the online services. So data models will enable you to integrate this data from their disparate sources into and fixed structure, making it easier to analyze and visualize the data as a whole. Yeah, we have the relationship management, right? So data models in Power BI will help to manage the relationship between tables between different tables. So by establishing a relationship based on a common column, you can combine data from different tables and create meaningful connection. Alright, so this will allow you to perform cross-table analysis, apply filters across your data. We have data aggregation and calculations. This is another importance for the data model, and the Power BI data model capability will enable you now to create calculated columns and measures. So these calculations will allow you to aggregate and summarize data, perform complex calculations, and derive new insights. Alright, we have the performance optimizations, go through them up to this point here. So in summary, these data models in Power BI will basically provide a structured and unified approach to organizing, integrating, and analyzing data. So they enable efficient data exploration, calculation, and visualizations, leading to improved insights and informed decision making. We have an example of data models in Power BI. So ukipata any question, please feel free to ask. Right? Mr. Barasa? Mr. Barasa? Are we together up to that point?
Yes, we are together.
Okay, so those are just some importance of data models in Power BI. Now we can continue before we launch the software, before we use the software itself now to do those models. Let's import the data in the Power BI. So the data that we are going to use here is this one. We are going to use this data, the Power BI sample. The Power BI sample nilikuwa nimeweka hapo chini, sawa sawa. This data, just double click na itatoka hapo, sawa sawa. Extract that particular data set from yeah, this is the data set that we are going to use. So nataka uitoe, you save it somewhere in your machine together with this one, together with the calculated column. I think it's the same. Just download, just extract those data sets and store them in a specific folder where you can easily access them. Okay, nangoja kusikia kama mume download, if you have extracted those data sets in the zipped files. John Karaoke. Mr. John. Frida, have you extracted the data? Yes. Priscilla?
That's what I'm trying to do.
Okay, just extract them. Staki uachwe in a single step. Barasa be do the same together with John. So let me wait for you to extract those data. the way, mnaona Power BI ikiwa aje? Power BI is very simple. It's even is more simple than Excel. Power BI is more simple to use than Excel in graphics. In graphics. But now you cannot just start with graphics before you understand this simple concept like data modeling. So remember the main importance for Power BI, it was designed for business analytics or business analysis. So I think we can just continue. Let's continue. Let me open it again. Let me open the software again. Are you through? Make sure hakuna step yenye unaachwa nyuma, please, for your own benefit. Yesterday I demonstrated how we load datasets in Power BI. So today we are going to use database, and our data is stored in a database called the Power Sample. So my machine is getting slower. I want us, we'll go through the data sets, and the data set is in access. Do you say access or access? Database, access format. This is access, if I'm not wrong. So this is the database that we have here, and the first table is for date. Let's open it. Let's open the first table, and what we have in the first table is date. We have date, months, month name, month ID, month and year abbreviations. We have quarters and the year itself. What about the second? Let's open the second one, and the second one we have zip. We have the city, state, region, district and country, right? And let's see the third one. We have manufacturer and the name of the manufacturer, right? Let's see the product that are present. We have the product ID, product, category, segment, manufacturer, blah blah blah. Okay, from the product table and the manufacturer table, we can see that there is a relationship between the two tables, right? We have the manufacturer names here, and hapa kwa manufacturer we have the name of those particular manufacturers, right? So there's a big relationship between this table and this particular table here. Yeah, so we will try now to develop that relationship. Let's check on sales. You right click on sales and open it. Let's see what is present in sales. We have the product ID, we have the date when the product was purchased, we have the zip, we have the unit revenue together with the country, right? We have the sentiment. Let's open the sentiment. So these are the data present in this particular table on sentiment. And remember, these are big in data, so in data ni mrefu sana. So that's the kind of data that we have. That is the kind of data that we have. Let's try to load the data now. So just click on get started and continue. I'll cancel this one here. We are going to import data from Access. We are going to import data from Access. So you click on get data, right? Click on get data. These are common data sources, but the Access is not here. This is Excel, Power BI, dataset, Dashflow, blah blah blah. Click on more. Click on more. Acha tungoje for the response. Okay, that is it. So click on access database. So click on access database and click on connect. Click on connect. So I'm going to load the Power BI sample and database and click on OK. So I'm waiting for it to load. And I request you check on the dialog box that will come out after this, and you will notice that the Power BI has the capability for checking different tables and coming up with what? Coming up with a relationship. So mark all these boxes here. Mark all these boxes mpaka hapo. Then from there you just click on load. Click on load. So let's wait. I want you to be very keen here on what is happening. And the process of loading your data, you will notice that we have several outputs or alerts. So for example, this one for product is waiting for other queries. Let's wait. Okay, the Power BI is creating connection in model, right? The Power BI is now creating connection in models. So inajaribu kuangalia from which table and this other table here zinaweza kuwa na any connection? Yes. If yes, then Power BI will create that particular connection. Let's wait and see. Okay, the reason why it's taking too long, remember our data is very large. Some tables are very, very large. So we just wait. Priscilla, are we together?
Yes, mine is already done. It's asking if you want to build visuals with your data.
Okay, let's wait for my. Let me cancel and repeat again. This is taking too long. My Power BI inaenda pole pole, I don't know why. Acha tuingoje. So Power BI. So let's continue. Mine is taking too long. Let's wait. Frida and John, umemaliza ama bado? Ikifungua, let's check on what is present in our document. So we have these three icons somewhere before the data loans. We have these three icons here, right? We have these three icons. So the model, you will get the model when you click on the that icon going downwards. So I want you to click on this part That's it. Link. Hiyo data ni mrefu sana, si ndio? Yeah, that is it. So after loading your data, you will notice that we have now all the tables on this part, right? And you can build your visuals, but we'll do these things tomorrow for building visuals. When you click on the second part, the second icon yenye iko hapa, what you will get is the data yenye iko present in these columns, right? Let's see. For example, this one is for geography, and this one is for date. Okay, kuja kwa products. These are the data that is related to the product. So you can see we have around 2,400 and something entries. Now click on that icon and tell me what you are getting. We have the date, we have geography, and we have all these other 4 tables on these parts. But now there is no relationship between data I mean, and geography, or between date and any other table present here, right? Let's see. In data we have the product ID, blah blah blah. No, not that one, this one here. We have the date, month date, blah blah, all these things. So it means we don't have any other column on these other tables that is present here, right? We don't have such column, and that's the reason why we don't have any connection between date and geography and blah blah blah. But now if you scroll on manufacturer and sentiments and products, we have a relationship. But now what's the relationship between manufacturer and sentiment? Unaona this arrow, the arrow connecting manufacturer with the sentiment, ukiweka your cursor hapo tu katikati in that particular line, you will notice that we have the manufacturer ID on manufacturer and on the sentiment table. So that's the connection, that's the model.
Bernard?
Yes?
I think I skipped a step.
Uko
I
wapi?
didn't have the connections.
You don't have the
I didn't have the
connections.
connections. Yeah, I don't have the connection. So I only have, after I entered built the model, I only have the date and geography.
Okay, just to share with us your screen.
Okay. Okay, just give me a second.
Okay. Frinda, are we together? If you have any question, just ask. So. I'm waiting for you to present it. Frinda amepotelea wapi leo?
Yes.
Umepotelea wapi?
Well, I think my Power BI is misbehaving.
Oh, pole.
Yes, I can't seem to load my data. It keeps giving me an error.
An error? Akina niliuliza kama you have been able to do, but tutaona venye tuta. Okay. Priscilla, I want you to scroll using the horizontal toolbar. Ama inaitwa aje? Not that one, the other one now. Yenye iko chini. Yes, that one. Are we together now? Are we together? So those are the relationship that I was talking about. I think we can continue, right? So that is it. So hata kama ungekuwa na more than 5 tables or even 10 or even 100, zote zingekuwa tu hapo. So ni wewe tu kuzitafuta pole pole. So these are the relationship that we are talking about. So we have a manufacturer ID in manufacturer, in table manufacturer, in sentiment, and in what? And in product. And from product, we have a relationship between sentiment and product alone. That is the product ID. The product ID, unaipata wapi? This one here. So this one here. And yeah, that is it. Let's continue. So adding or removing a relationship is very straightforward. You just right click the relationship and select delete. To create a relationship, you just drag the field from one table and drop to the other. Right? Suppose we want to delete this relationship between manufacturer and sentiment. This relationship here, unaweka just your cursor there, you right click and delete. Right? You right click and delete. Let's wait for response. Yes. Are you sure you want to delete this relationship? Okay. I want to delete it. Let's tuone it can disappear. Okay, it has disappeared. Now, suppose I want to create that particular relationship. You just drag your manufacturer ID from this table to the other table, na lazima we place on the manufacturer ID on that particular table, right? Let's see. I want manufacturer ID iende kwa the manufacturer ID on this other table, right? Let's see. Let's wait for the response. Sinaona tu inaingia, si ndio? Yeah, inaingia. Now what happens when you place it, when you place a relationship or a column name to a column name that is not compatible on the other table, you just, let's see, but you will get an error. Let's see. So for example, you want to place manufacturer ID together with the date ID. Yes, I know this these two values or these two columns does not match, and ukiplace hapo it will not let's see. I will demonstrate that concept using these other two that are not related at all, right? So that is how we create a simple relationship. Yes, these are the relationship, and you can hide a table or individual column from your report. Remember, if you hide a table that is linked with a relationship with other table, you will just the output from that particular table will not be displayed in your output. So hide, then the output will not be displayed out. And hiding is very simple. You just right click, unaweka kasa yako hapo, you highlight like that way. You insert your cursor hapa juu, then you click once, then you right click. From there you can hide in report view, right? Or you can delete it from the model or mark as date table ABCD, but our main importance was to hide. So was to hide. Let's now continue to end marathon because the time is not with us. So those are the relationships. So for more detailed view of the relationship, you can just click on home tab, manage relationship, na utapata those relationships here. Okay, ukiwa kwa home tab, when you click on manage the relationship, and hatutaki kuenda kwa auto detect because we haven't handled any new connection or any new relationship. Ukiclick auto detect, you are telling the Power BI to detect any relationship that you have made, but because the Power BI is the one that has produced those relationships, we can just click on edit and we will be able to see the type of the relationship that is there, rather the cardinality. When you click on edit, let's see what we have. What we have on the product table is the manufacturer ID, right? And on the manufacturer table we have the manufacturer ID, so it means we are linking this column together with this one here, but now what is the cardinality of that particular join? This is many to one. Let's see. Relationship between product and manufacturer. Let's see. Product iko wapi? Okay, this is the manufacturer, and the other one here is the product, right? What is now the relationship between this one and this one? Is 1 is to many, because we are linking. I want you to check the arrow. This arrow in a point, the relationship is from manufacturer to the product, right? Is not the vice versa. And because it's from manufacturer to the product, any analysis or any visuals that you will develop based on the manufacturer ID. From the manufacturer table, you will get the output of all these tables, right? That's why we are saying is the connection is 1 is to many. So that's the main reason behind that. Let's continue. So that is it. Mpakapo, you can end the relationship cardinality. Now, what does this cardinality options means? When we say 1 minute to 1, this is the most common default relationship that is developed by the Power BI. So the column in other table can have more than one instance of a value, and the relationship table or the lookup or the array has only one instance of a value. We have one-to-one relationship, and the column in one table has only one instance of a particular value, and the other related table has only one instance of a particular value, right? Yeah. So generally, we recommend minimizing the use of bidirectional relationship because they can negatively impact model query performance and possibly deliver confusing experience for your report users. So we now create a calculated column. We now try to create a calculated column. Sometimes the data that you are analyzing does not contain a field that you need, right? Suppose you want mean of different columns, and what you have is just those particular columns. Then it means you have to calculate that particular column, and you can create a new calculated column by transforming two or more elements of existing data. For example, you can create a new column by combining two columns into one. Yeah, so these are visual representation of this particular concept. And the first visual that you can see here, these are simple data sheet where you want to insert a new field with the calculated column. So one reason for creating a calculated column is to establish a relationship between tables when no unique fields exist. So the lack of relationship becomes obvious when you create a simple table visual in Power BI desktop and get the same value for all entries. So I want you to click or to combine the district, together with the revenue from sales, right? So expand the geography data, click on district and revenue from sales. Let's see. I want you click on this part, the first visual, build visuals, and we expand this one here for the geography and click on districts. Let's see. Okay, so we have district names here, nataka mzione zote. So I want you to do this in your machine. So just mark district, and from sales you mark revenue. You mark revenue. Right? So what do we have now? Tuko na nini huko? What we have is sales per revenue. Is sales per revenue. Right? Now wacha tuone ni visual gani unaweza tumia hapa, but the revenues also they will overwrite. So let's continue with the concept that we want to cover here. So we have districts and revenues. We have districts and revenues. What's the next step? For example, to create a relationship with unique field in data, you can create a new calculated column for the country zip. By combining the values from the country and the zip column, right? And the zip column. So to create this particular calculated column, you just select the data view in Power BI desktop from the left side of the report. Let's see, when you click on this one, the data view, this is the data view. So the second icon is from data view, right? Then you click on new column. You click on the new column, right? After clicking on new column, tunataka kuiname ikue in what's the name? Okay, this is the column that we have, right? And we have something here. Sawa. We have something here. I want, as we write this Dutch language here, check. This is the language that I want us to use to create this particular column. So column zip, right? Column zip is equal to geography country and geography zip. So this is country zip, so you change that one to country zip, which is equal to geography, right? This is Dutch language. Geography, let's see, is equal to let's see, we are combining which values? We are combining geography, country, we are combining country and let's check what might be the error here. Mm-hmm. Just a minute. Mm-hmm. Kwani naandika aje? Mm. Who has succeeded in writing that Dutch language? Priscilla. Just a minute. Let me try to delete this one. Uh, kwani Dutch language inataka kuandika aje shwari? Are you doing what I'm doing from my side? And we are linking with let's see. don't know. Okay, yangu imekataa kuandika that particular database because I had written it earlier. I think that is the reason. So you can write that particular database at your own time. So ukitype just this, when you type this Dutch language will combine the values in these formats. So it will combine using that format. So you can research more on ways for producing new columns using the arithmetic signs. That is, for example, you want table 1. Let's see, just a minute. For example, you want a column when you produce the zip, let's say zip -5, right? So column where zip you apply the arithmetic functions or signs, then you will get the answers here. Ama you use zip together with another column, you can say zip plus that's another column, then you come up with that new column. So I think hii itakuwa kwa your final project yenye itakuwa kesho kutwa, so prepare for it. So prepare for it. So yeah, the other concept is on Power Query. Is on Power Query, and Power Query is what we use to do data cleaning. In this software. So Power Query, these are powerful data preparation and transformation tool in Power BI. So just go through these at your own time for the Power Query, then tomorrow tutaifanya manually. So not manually, we will demonstrate using the data yenye nilikuwa nimetuma hapo kwa group. So tomorrow prepare your minds on this Power Query concept. So after Power Query, hapo sasa ndio tutaingia kwa visuals. Hapo ndio tutaingia kwa these visuals. We will build these visuals. Let's see, just a minute. So tomorrow we will be doing the visuals. Just a minute. So kesho tutakuwa tunafanya vitu kama hizi, we drag and drop things here, and let me remove this one. So tomorrow we will be doing this chart upper so tutafanya vitu mingi hapa kwa visuals because this software is designed basically to produce the best graphics here. Now when we vary some data, those things will be changing here, and the visuals will be updating themselves automatically. So I think we can end the class there. We can end the class there for today. So right? let's just end it there. Enda mwangalia the Dutch language. Okay, Mr. Barasa, I sent the data ilikuwa kwa that particular not software, the document iko hapo chini ya document. Sawa sawa Mr. Barasa, iko hapo chini ya document. So I'm sorry sikuona your message. Try. Yeah. Okay, unaweza download that particular dataset, you extract from the zipped file, sababu ilikuwa in access format, so sharing it with a database with WhatsApp ilikuwa ngumu kidogo. That's why I decided to zip it and share it in that format. So Priscilla, have you succeeded in writing that Dutch language?
No, my internet went off, so I think I missed out. So the last place that I was when we created the column zip.
Oh, column zip. So kuandika sasa this language now yangu imekataa kuandika sababu I already written that particular database, so haingerundia mara mbili. Acha nikuonyeshe yenyewe, just a minute. Dutch is this language here, this one. Unaona, after column zip unaandika these things mpaka hapo, then from there utakuwa tu na nini, na the column now with the new data. Sawa.
Oh, that's what I've done.
Yeah, so yako imeleta, si ndio?
Yeah,
so yangu ingeleta sababu I had already done and already tampered with the data set. So that is it. So si tupatane kesho. We are doing that minute we do data cleaning, other time we tutafanya visuals. How can we graph data? How can you present the data in a map, right? In Africa unaona kama ya Kenya iko na percent ya Kenya, so we present using map now instead of the pie chart and all those things. So we use maps, we will be using ribbons, vitu kama hizo. Sawa. So tupatane kesho.